There are exactly 12 minutes until the sun disappears, and they already know it. While you're still eating dinner, scrolling through your phone, not paying attention, the birds in your backyard have already started moving. Quietly, without you noticing. One leaves the fence, another abandons the feeder. A third flies out of the bush where it spent the whole day. They're not leaving, they're hiding. Each one has a chosen spot, a hideout, a secret refuge they selected weeks ago that you don't know about. And they're heading there right now, before it's too late. Because when darkness arrives, what comes out to hunt in your backyard shows no mercy. Have you ever wondered why you never see birds at night? Where do they go? What do they do in the dark during all those hours? What happens in your backyard when you go to sleep? You're not going to believe it. This is bird science. The first thing you need to know is that birds don't sleep like you do. They don't lie down, they don't pull up a blanket. They don't close their eyes and disconnect from the world for 8 hours. What they do is something far more complex, and it starts before the sun even sets. Approximately 1 hour before sunset, the birds in your yard begin a process that scientists call pre-roost preparation. They stop singing, they stop searching for food, and they start moving with a very specific purpose. They're looking for the perfect place to spend the night. And that place has to meet 3 exact conditions: protection from wind, protection from predators, and company. Yes, company. Many species of birds don't sleep alone. They gather in groups to spend the night together. Scientists call these communal roosts, and they can include dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of birds pressing against each other in the same tree. Why? Because together they have more eyes, more ears, more chances of detecting a predator. And also, they keep each other warm. Birds lose up to 10% of their body weight every night just from staying warm. On cold nights, that number can be much higher. So pressing together isn't a social gesture. It's pure survival. And it's probably happening right now in a tree in your backyard, without you knowing. But what's really going to surprise you is how they sleep. Birds have a system that humans don't have. It's called unihemispheric sleep. And it works like this. One side of the brain falls asleep while the other side stays awake. That means the bird sleeping in your tree has one eye closed and one eye open. The side of the brain that's sleeping is resting the half connected to the closed eye. The other side is keeping watch. And every so often, it switches. The open eye closes and the closed one opens. The brain alternates. They literally sleep with one eye open. Ducks do this in a visible way. If you've ever watched a group of ducks sleeping, the ones on the edges of the group have their outer eye open, watching. The ones in the middle can close both eyes because they're protected. But it's not just ducks. The sparrows sleeping in your bush do it too. The robins on your oak tree branch too. And that crow that disappears every night, it does it too. Now think about what that means. While you sleep completely unconscious for 8 hours, the birds in your backyard are in a state of permanent partial alert. They never fully disconnect. They're never completely vulnerable. They've evolved over millions of years to survive the night. And they do it with extraordinary precision. But the night in your backyard isn't just silence and sleep. There are birds that wake up when the others fall asleep. The owl, the screech owl, the barn owl. These nocturnal birds are the silent predators of your neighborhood. And while you sleep, they're hunting. The common barn owl can fly without making absolutely any sound. Its feathers have a special edge that eliminates air turbulence. It's the most silent flight in the animal kingdom. A mouse doesn't hear it coming. Neither do you. And their eyes are so sensitive to light that they can detect a mouse moving through the grass in near total darkness. They don't need the moon. They don't need street lights. They see what you cannot see. If you've ever heard a strange sound in your backyard at 2 or 3 in the morning, a deep hoot, a sharp screech, a cry you don't recognize, now you know who it was, and it wasn't calling out to you. It was marking its territory, warning other owls that this yard, this garden, this space is theirs. But there's something else that happens at night that most people have no idea about. Nocturnal migration. The vast majority of migratory birds don't fly during the day. They fly at night. Why? Because the air is cooler and lets them fly without overheating. Because there are fewer aerial predators like hawks. And because they can use the stars to navigate. The stars? Birds navigate using the stars. Researchers proved this by placing migratory birds inside a planetarium. When they rotated the artificial sky, the birds changed direction following the new stars. When they turned the stars off, the birds became disoriented. And this is happening above your house. Every spring and every fall, while you sleep, thousands of birds fly over your roof in the dark. You don't see them. You don't hear them. But they're there, navigating by the constellations. Now let's go back to your backyard just before dawn. It's 5 in the morning. It's still dark. And suddenly, one bird sings. It's the first one. It sings alone in the darkness. A few minutes later, another one joins. Then another. And within 15 minutes, your backyard explodes into a full chorus. Scientists call it the dawn chorus. And it's not random. The order in which birds sing follows a precise pattern. Species with larger eyes sing first because they can see earlier in the dim light. Robins almost always open. Thrushes follow. Then sparrows. And finally those that need more light. It's a natural alarm clock programmed by evolution, and it sounds every single day in your backyard without you paying attention to it. And do you know what they're saying when they sing at dawn? They're saying 2 things. First, I survived the night. I'm alive. I'm still here. And second, this territory is mine. This tree is mine. This corner of the garden is mine. Every dawn song is a declaration of existence and ownership. It's the bird telling the world that another night passed, and it's still standing. And when you open your eyes, stretch out, and look out the window, they've already been awake for hours. They've already eaten. They've already sung. They've already defended their territory. Your day starts where theirs is already halfway through. So the next time you turn off the light and close your eyes, remember this. Your backyard doesn't turn off when you fall asleep. It transforms. It becomes a different world with different rules. The birds you know during the day are hiding, huddling together, sleeping with one eye open. The nocturnal predators come out to hunt in absolute silence. Thousands of birds fly over your roof, navigating by the stars. And at dawn, a single bird breaks the silence to say, I'm still here. All of that happens every night, feet from your bed. And most people will never know it. But now you do. Subscribe to Bird Science and hit like if this changed the way you see your backyard at night. And leave me a comment. Where are you watching from? And what was the thing you liked most about this video? See you in the next one to learn more about birds.